offense. I've grown a lot.
Appreciate it, Sam.
Thank you.
Thank you, brother. Yes, sir. Best of luck to you.
How's it going?
What do you think you've learned the most from Coach Dillingham, and then what's it like being around someone with a personality like that?
What have I learned the most about Coach Dillingham? I'd say the way that he views life and views how he goes to work, because one of our mottos is have fun working harder than anybody else in the country. And he brings that energy and attitude every single day of having fun. And when you're in an environment like that, you want to have fun too, and brings the mood up. He talks about multipliers and dividers. A multiplier can be 15% of an enhancer of other people, but a divider can be 30. So for every negative person, it's technically 2 positive people. So just, that's one thing I've learned from him, is just bringing a good attitude.
One of my favorite things about y'all is that chip on the shoulder mindset, right? A lot of people, they might not know, or they might view you as an underdog, but y'all don't let that bother you. Kind of talk about that and just being able to stay focused and to ignore all the distractions.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, it's the people that Coach Dillingham recruits, the people we bring in, who buys into the culture. We kind of all have a chip on our shoulder because, for me, I felt under-recruited. Scat came from Sac State. JT was disrespected going into last year. That's kind of just who the whole team is. Xavier Alford, Crook, Clayton Smith, just all these guys who have a chip on their shoulder from the past. So we carry that with ourselves all the time.
Talk about just not only last year being a successful season, but I feel like in a moment where you lose or just where you have a little bit of a failure, there's a lesson to be learned in it, right? Do you think that you've learned any lessons from last season that you could take with you into this year and kind of help mold you a little bit?
Yeah, a game's never over. We saw as the Texas game went, so I guess taking that, we did a really good job finishing out games last year, and obviously, at the end of the season, it didn't go our way. But yeah, I mean, lessons like that and understanding just how hard it is to really win at this level, and it takes everybody to buy into the process, offense, defense, and special teams. So, just getting the whole team to buy into the same vision.
Who's one of the more underrated players on the offense that's not getting love, and you think it's going to shock some people this season?
I'd say our entire O-line group. They don't get as much love as they deserve, and the way that they've been putting in work this offseason, I've been really proud of them. They've been stepping it up, guys losing weight, showing up to workouts harder, running really well. Just overall, the way that they're taking care of their business has been pretty special to see, so I'm proud of them.
And then reflect on being able to learn from someone like the Mannings. Do you kind of got to collect yourself sometimes, man, I'm really here, or I'm learning from someone who's done this, won Super Bowls, things like that. How cool is that?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, you look at that, from the broader perspective, but when you're in the moment, just trying to learn, trying to pick their brain on certain stuff. Just be around them, see their vibes, see the way that they carry themselves, and how they talk to people and everything like that, because they're pros at what they do. So, it's a blessing to be out here.
Last one. What would you tell a young prospect looking to get into this situation, next level ball, stuff like that? What would you tell them in terms of just, motivation or inspiration?
Yeah, I feel like motivation and inspiration, first of all, it's got to come within a belief of yourself. So you got to believe you're the best, and that's how I feel about myself, and I believe that's how everyone should feel about themselves as well. And then from there, the motivation comes from the fact that you haven't gotten to that point yet. So every single day you got to put in that work, and then I feel like you got to have a little fear aspect to it. You're a little worried that you might not ever reach that goal, because that's what drives you. So you kind of got to have that inner motivation, and then let outside noises, drive you as well.
Appreciate that.